Alrighty, are we live? It looks like we're live. Hi everyone, Ragtimer here, and welcome to my backyard. Running some trains, and we're firing up the Accucraft engine for one more time before Christmas to run some trains, because we can. This isn't going to work, and a couple of heights are too different. At least I'm not optimistic on it. Yeah, that car's not going to work. And Barrett Heil, hello. Good to have you here. We'll keep the focus on the engine here as it heats up. I lit it off a few minutes ago, and we're slowly building pressure, but we'll see how we get to here. We've got plenty of water. We've got a nice full glass. We're sitting at about 20 to 30 pounds of pressure. I have it on the other side here today just to try it differently. Get a slightly different view as it goes down the track. So I'm gonna go grab one more car and try it out here before we send this thing around. Also get a little more juice. Hopefully get it steaming a little bit faster. Yeah, we'll get rolling here in just a few minutes. We're just waiting for this thing to heat up. And Colin, good day, Merry Christmas, all nice model achieving your dream. Yes, we're here on the Garden Railroad doing the thing. That coupler pipe's going to match perfectly. Let's see. Perfect. So go ahead and move y'all a little bit. And build it funky. Just got fun fixing a giant microwave. This is a slightly different thing. Oh yes, because it's the live steam engine. So let's take a quick look just to show you. The middle valve is the throttle. You can see the Johnson bar there. And then our inside, if you kind of look above, the center Goodall valve. And that's where you can add in water under pressure to the boiler, basically how we have our manual injector. You have your lubrication line there, which takes steam and pushes oil to the cylinders up there. You have your Johnson bar, and you have your lovely, lovely pressure gauge. In the tender, we have a little bit of water in there. We have our butane, which has been feeding in with that valve. It looks like it does also have a thing for water, maybe as like a axle pump that someone might have done that at some point, or have it as an option with the tender. We have a white pass caboose with us too. So we have that. Currently, we're sitting not quite where I want to be on pressure. we've got time. We are in no rush. Figured we would run the layout just a little bit here before I put everything away for a few days. Where's Midland? It's a passenger train. I don't know where Midland is. Midland's at work probably. But yeah. So to give a little more complex or a little more knowledge about where we're at, obviously the live steam engine's still firing up. We'll see it get leaking some steam off of the steam dome there once we're ready. It's set to pop off between 50 and 60. It's supposed to run at 60, but we need a minimum of 40 pounds to run. So we're just going to have to let this thing go. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more butane in. So hopefully this will heat up. And if you put your hand over, you will feel the heat. And if you open up the smoke box door, you'll be able to see in. Ow, it is hot. I might need to get gloves for that. But you can see in the inside, there we have our flame all the way in. We'll need to do some cleaning in here too at some point. Probably. But there we are. The layout right now is just a giant kind of oval, weird oval. As we take a look around, these are all 10-foot diameter curves, mixture of LGB and Pico track. A little bit of Aristocraft in there too. You can usually tell the Aristocraft ties because they are usually black, where the LGB or Pico ones are kind of a brownish color. And going around, we've tried to shore up the track a little bit here as we go. You'll see there's some spots where we were trying to shore it up, and it's more or less okay for what we need today. But when we actually lay the track permanently, it'll have a little bit of course, better road bed with pea gravel and all sorts of stuff. The only curves that are tight here are this curve here. These are a set of Aristocraft 8-foot diameter curves that General actually picked up for me a while ago. The way the track's eventually going to run, similar idea back here. We'll probably have it come in a little bit to have a little passing siding kind of back here. And then it'll continue around to the other side. And then, of course, underneath the porch where it'll have a yard and kind of our staging facilities officially. But, you know, it's exciting to actually have track down. We probably have roughly, this length is about 52 foot. So probably about 45 each way plus a little bit extra. So probably around, 80 to 100 feet of track right now. So, yes, the new IKB, it is doing the thing. It is firing up. You want to build a steam-powered microwave. Oh, boy. And then build a funky, pretty cool. Definitely didn't know this just before you started doing. Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, it's still cold here. So it's just about 36 degrees right now. And it says not to really run it under 32. So I figured, well, I had some butane left over in the tender from the last time we ran. I'll go ahead and at least run it once more today. And then that'll get us there. We're almost ready to go. Looks like we've got our pressure up to roughly 50 pounds, which is where it starts bleeding off like that. And you can see that we're weeping just a hair. So it's definitely bubbling inside. Take a quick look before we get this going. Still have a full glass. Let's take a look at the pressure now that we're here. It should be probably around 50. Yeah, around 50-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and do a loop just to get us started here. But yeah, live steam, white pass. This engine is an Accucraft 260. It's modeled after one of the West Coast engines. There are variants for Rio Grande, RGS, Nevada County narrow gauge, but this particular one was the unlettered that the gentleman who I acquired it from lettered at Rocky Ridge, kind of in honor of the Rocky Ridge branch off the East Broad Top. So kind of nice that it's hand lettered. I've gone ahead, put a reverser and forward. Now with these locomotives, when you first get them going, there's going to be condensation that's going to be in the cylinders. So these are going to shoot out water a bit. But then once the dust goes out the stack, then we'll have clean running for a little bit here. So I think it's about time to get this going, shall we? And definitely hit the like button if you're watching, just that way more people can see this. I know it's a little bit of an odd time, but toot toot, off we go. Let's go ahead and crack the throttle. And it's going to want to fight me a little bit here. It's a very hot backhead right now. Let's go ahead, crack that a bit. Come on, you. You can do it. We can help. Yeah, it just needs to get the condensate out of the cylinders. Trying to also not use all the steam up at once to allow it to kind of do its thing. We'll see how far it gets. Oop! And we're already off the rails. This went well. This went so well. Okay, let's go ahead. Probably a low spot, or maybe it wasn't on to begin with. But, okay, how are we doing? Everything's up there. I'm going to go ahead and lean over again just to see where our pressure's at. Dropped a little bit, but not aggressively. But, yeah, I'm going to use this just to keep it a little bit easier. First big test. The track's a little weaker over here. And me, Metal Mike, hello. Good to have you here. Yeah, it looks like it just is. I need to figure out, I think there's some fine tuning I need to do with the valve to make it keep steam up a little bit more. But we'll walk around. Ah, okay, it's the low spots that are causing that going this way. Or maybe it's just because the wheels are weak. I don't know, we didn't have this problem a few days ago. We'll see if it's a continual problem or whether it's just a bad weather sort of thing. It is cold out here and it is a little icy. So let's go ahead, shut the valve, allow it to build up a little bit more pressure here. Do I need more water? No, we're still at the top of the glass. And everything's hooked in the way it should be. So let's give it a moment here to build up some pressure again. So I'm thinking it's over throttling and then not getting enough pressure. But I know I also need to do some cleaning on the chuffer and probably some other stuff in here. But let's see here. Let's go ahead and give her another try here. Just watching that front lead truck to see where it's popping off. Because our track is certainly not perfect. Aha, there it is. Okay. go ahead and do some quick track work here as it goes. So it looks like right about here, there's either a low spot or a high spot that it doesn't like. I have a feeling it's a high spot, so we're gonna put you maybe here for a moment, but you know, keep an eye on it for me if it'll stand up. There we go. Yeah. That might fix it. I'm gonna let you look at that for one more moment here. Okay. An odd job. Hello. Good to have you here. Okay. See, I can still hear the fire, so that's good. Where are we at with pressure? Almost getting there. So we'll kind of let it sit for a moment, build back up some pressure. That's fine on the butane. It's designed to run out of butane before the boiler drops any water. So let's see here. We can see we're starting to see some action on the glass. So we have used up a little bit of water, but not a lot. So that's good. We're starting to weep. So let's try it again. I'm gonna go around the other side to catch it. Okay. There's another spot that it likes to come off. It's right here on this straightaway. Is there a little bit of a, there's a small bit, but nothing I would consider egregious. But, you know, it may just be too that, again, this is temporary track. We ran it the other way. Didn't seem to have the issue of coming off, but, you know, could be how it's weighted, could be a lot of different things. Certainly when we actually have the pea gravel out here and we're laying permanent track, it'll fix a lot of those issues. But, you know, we'll see. Okay. My plan was basically to run this for a little bit here, not too crazy long, but enough that some people could tune in, see what's up. Although, if once the steam engine runs out of butane, I'm tempted to bring the electric ones out just to run a little bit, because we've got the goose and the the K that we could run for a little bit. So you can definitely see a little bit of condensation coming off the engine. It is chilly out here. But, all right. Let's give her another go. Oh, that's right. I need to have my throttle open for that to, or the directions to go. Huh. Jeez. This thing does not like coming out of a turn. I wonder if it's just weirdly weighted. I'm also going to turn my firing valve down just a hair. But let's try it again. She wants to go. Huh. Dear Lord, the bit rate. I'm not having that issue, JSJ. But it's just coming off that turn. Like, I don't know if it just needs to be re-leveled or what, but there's something about that it doesn't like. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to try something out here, but let's see. Yeah, I'm just kind of running until we run out of. Okay. There's a joint over here or something it did not like. So I'm going to get everything re-railed. I might just try to run it the other direction for a little bit. See if that fixes it. But I'll be right back. Maybe. Stand by. Just let you look in the K-boost for a moment. So I'm going to need to shut off that valve. That's overfiring. Go ahead and shut that off for a moment. Probably should do this with gloves. But let's see here. You are misbehaving, Mr. Steam Engine. And I don't like it. Okay. Let's see. I need to. I can lift you up and. Okay. And that's going to have you go there. Thank you for bearing with on this very exciting moment here of Steam Extravaganza. Okay. There we go. That's there. And then let's go ahead and get the drawbar on. Okay. So our engine's back on. And we need to relight the fire, so let me do that real quick. So I have to put you down again, but it won't be for long. Promise you that. Just stay there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, come on, you fire. Come on, fire. Here we go. Crack that. Okay. Fire acquired. So we have relit the engine. We have it facing the other way now. Again, we're just kind of running until it runs out of butane. Then I may go crazy and get the K out with some electric. But let's see here. Okay. And Crazy Spud, hello. Good to have you here. Just make sure. Yeah, we're still on neutral, which should allow this thing to hit the steam a little bit faster. Now we actually have visibility right now. Still going. So, yeah, I do plan on getting a Wi-Fi repeater to be out here. So that'll come sooner rather than later, hopefully. But hopefully. Okay. Let's see, do we need any more water in there? No, I got half a glass. I should be good for the moment. So, yeah, I know it'll help. I appreciate you who are sticking around for all this. But, yeah. Okay, hopefully we can. But it is weeping in the boiler. It is weeping in the boiler. But yeah. So I think I can open this valve just a hair. It'll have a little bit of water kind of drip out as it goes. So, yeah, we're just waiting for the steam to come back up. Again, when we have the coal-fired engine, that shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. Let's see. Just making sure while we're sitting here. I'll put a little more in. Y'all stay there. Keep an eye on this. Whoop. I'll be right back. So for anyone who wants to know what the hell I'm doing, this is our steam oil in there. I'm going to go ahead and top it off a little bit just to make sure it what it's supposed to do. And DRRP, hello. Okay. Okay. So that's good. And yeah, we've gained some pressure. That's good. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and see if this thing will work now. So just kind of set it off to go. Will you go? Let's see. Come on, you. Well, it didn't derail on that curve now, so we have that. Alan asking, is that G scale? It's F scale. It's 1 to 20.3. G gauge track, 45 millimeter gauge 1 track, but we're running a live steam engine on F scale. So it's American narrow gauge as represented in Garden Railroad form. It's a little bit of a hill there. And that track's a little uneven. But we're staying on the rails now, so that's good. There's one low spot now that's over here that I can see visually. So we're going to go ahead and just shore that up just a bit. Our very efficient track work process here called shoving the dirt. So, meanwhile, our live steam engine is cruising our way. As love and life. Well, thank you, Alan. Alan, this layout is started to be built and was designed for live steam and electric running at scale outdoors. So, exciting stuff. Let's try to get you, sweetheart, over to the straight section before we can let you get a little more pressure built up. How long can it run off of fuel, butane, and water? Every basically like 15 to 20 minutes, you have to refill the butane. The water is more of just off the sight glass, which I'm going to go ahead and put some more water in just to be on the safe side. Looks like we have just under half a glass right now. And to refill, use this. It is not just an ordinary straight bottle. It is for a good all valve. So what you do is you will literally get your valve or bottle, put that in at the top, and then start spraying water. And that seems to be spraying more out than in, so I'm going to hold it real quick and get that in. Which then, this is not really helping me with at all, but okay. Oh, the tender came off. And me. Let's go ahead and fill up a little more butane here. Just because we can. And with the butane, you're just emptying it into a tank in the tender. And when the tender tank's full, it'll start to spray out a bit, which we'll probably see in a moment or two. It's been going through a fair amount of butane. Okay. That sounded like did the fire just go out? The fire might have just gone out. Or it's struggling. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. The water's cold. Go ahead. That the butane's fighting to stay lit because it's turning into watery form, I think's going on. So we'll see how it does with getting up some boiler pressure here. I need to grab a tool to get that out. I'm going to take my butane inside because it is starting to get cold. But yeah, live steam, trains. It's fun. But I'm going to run this on my own here for a little bit. Thanks for joining in. I'll see y'all later.